Hello and welcome to another dodgeball video. If you're new, thank you for tuning in. This week I'm doing something a little different that I haven't done before on my channel. I'm doing a dodgeball product review. So today I'm going to be reviewing the Ballistae Almost V2, aka the slider knee pads. These are specifically made for dodgeball. I had an opportunity to try them out a little bit early. They've been released and I'll link them down in the description. Today I'm going to go through my honest review, the pros and cons, and I'm going to compare them to the V1s, which are the knee pads that I've been using for years now. So let's jump right into it. So really quickly, I do want to disclaim, I'm not sponsored by Ballistae at all. Steve actually, who is at Ballistae, posted and offered these as a trial, like anybody who wanted to try them out for him, because he was seeking feedback. So that's how I got them early and was able to test them out. Okay, so I had the pleasure of trying these out at a couple league nights, a couple open gyms, and they're great. I can see exactly where they fit into the Ballistae lineup. They target a different player than the V1s. Like, these are called the sliders for a reason. Like, you're gonna slide on the ground like butter. Like, I effortlessly was sliding with these. Like, I didn't have to push off too hard to get a nice slide on them. And I didn't feel like they slowed down very quickly. Like, I gradually slowed down, whereas the V1s, I slow down pretty quick, because they don't slide as well. The other great thing is this extended padding from the end of the pad to the top of the knee pad is great. I felt like they stayed on my leg really nice. And yeah, they're brand new, so they haven't been stretched out yet, but I can already tell that it's going to be different with these compared to the V1s. Like, you can see there's not that much padding there's not that much fabric after the pad. And so these, once you stretch them out, they tend to slide a little bit more, and this top piece tends to get needs to be fixed all the time, whereas this, I feel like it's going to solve that problem. Also the design of the padding is a lot nicer with these. Like, it's definitely an upgrade. The way the side padding rests on your leg, it doesn't get in the way, whereas on the V1s, sometimes it'll get in your way when you bend your knee. These also were like a lot lighter. Like, obviously they have a little bit less padding than the V1s, so they don't have as much of the front padding, so they're a lot lighter. Now, if you're the type of player like me, you like to jump in the air and then drop straight to your knees, or drop your knees on a dime, I wouldn't recommend these just because they don't have enough front padding. They're not made for that. It specifically says it on their website. They don't recommend it for that. Like, if that's the type of player you are, then I would recommend sticking with the V1s for now. But if you're the type of player that likes to play low to the ground and slide a lot and doesn't drop to your knees like straight like too often, then these are going to be perfect. Like, for me, for the way I play, I can't wear these in like competitive leagues or tournaments, because I do drop to my knees and jump in the air and drop to my knees. But for like rec leagues and for fun, I can use these and they're perfect, because I'm not going to do all that at rec leagues. But for competitive tournaments for now, I'm gonna stick with the V1s, literally just because of this extra padding on the front. Like, honestly, everything else about this knee pad is better than this one, and they definitely improved upon the design and everything. But for the type of player I am, I have to stick with the V1s. However, if you play, like I'm saying, like sliding and whatnot, I would recommend you go with these 100%. They're so nice. Like, if I was more of that type of player, I would be using these over the V1s. So really quickly, I wanted to talk about what's to come with the V2s. They don't have a release date yet, but I would imagine they're coming out at some point next year. So they're going to have extended casing, which is cool and all, but the really cool thing for me is they're going to have that heavier, bulkier pad in the front that's going to give you more support, like the V1s. And for me, the only downside to these, and the only reason I can't wear them all the time, is because that padding in the front isn't big enough, isn't supportive enough. Once the V2s have that, then they're going to upgrade from these like 100%. Like, everything else about this current design is already better than the V1s, except for that padding. So once they add that in, the V2s are going to just be an amazing upgrade. The other thing is they're going to have that gel liner around the edge so that they stick to your legs nicer. Like, these already stick really well, and even though they're still new for me and I haven't stretched them out completely, I can already tell they're going to stick on the leg better over time just from the design of the fabric here. But once you have that gel lining, the V2s are just going to be an amazing upgrade. Like, these are great. They're a different for a different style of player. So it's perfect for people who like to slide around a lot, because you're not going to get that friction burn like you do with the V1s. Like you can see in my Kneepad that it's already ripping here, but with the sliders, you're not getting that. You're sliding really well. So these are going to be a great upgrade if you play like that. And then the V2s are going to be the Kneepad for everybody. Like no matter how you play, once they have that front padding, you're going to be set. I hope you guys enjoyed this Dodgeball product review, and if you did, I'm hoping to sprinkle them in every now and then when some new products come out that are specific to Dodgeball or could be really helpful for Dodgeball players. If you're in the market for some new Kneepads, I'm going to drop Ballistae's site in the description so you guys can check them out for yourselves. They have the V1s, the sliders. They have a couple other products that are not Kneepads as well. I highly recommend those Kneepads. Out of all the Kneepads I've tried, they are the best, and I love being able to support a local business with Steve, a dodgeballer who decided I don't like what's on the market, so I'm going to make some better Dodgeball Kneepads. Support him. They're based out of Arizona, but they do ship internationally, which is awesome. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel. I have an exciting couple videos lined up in the next coming weeks, and drop a comment with any other Dodgeball topics you'd like me to cover, and I'll see you guys at the next one.